news they want to see. And Lucy Hanford has asked about reader comments. And what is your view on media that does and doesn't allow comments under articles? Do you think the comments section is helpful debate, or is it fuel for trolls? What do you think about that?
So, and I can see that Lucy sort of says that Stuff doesn't have the option for readers to leave comments. We do have that option. We're one of the last media that does have that option, and we try and put open comments on as many stories as we possibly can. And there are some stories we never open them on, like court stories or, you know, those kind of things, but they're not on every story, because sometimes it's for those reasons, but because a human person reads every comment and moderates it, approves it, or cans it before it goes live. And we've only got so much capacity to do that, but it is, you know, it is really important. And we view comments as an essential part of Stuff. Patrick Cruden launched a really important project a couple of years ago called the Civil Society, which was about elevating the standards of comments that were published on Stuff, and we just lifted. They were always moderated, but we just lifted up the kind of standards expected. And actually, one byproduct that we have seen, unexpected byproduct of pulling out of Facebook, is that we used to get a huge amount of complaints about comments that we had on our stories. And now that we're not on Facebook, we've come to realize that most of those comments were happening in a Facebook environment, which we didn't have a control over, versus being published on our own site. So, you know, a lot of that kind of stuff has disappeared. But yeah, I think comments are really important, but I do understand why some media have chosen not to do them, because they are a really heavy resource on your newsrooms. And for every comment that gets approved, there are probably 3 that don't. We publish about 90,000 a month, 90,000 comments a month.
Wow. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I noticed in Australia recently there's been a legal case which found a news company liable for defamation for comments made under a Facebook post. It was about that young man that was awfully assaulted in custody in the Northern Territory, and comments were made on an article under it speculating about what crime he'd done to end up in youth detention that were completely false and defamatory. But yeah, and I think they were found that the lawsuit could go ahead for defamation against the news company, not against Facebook.
And we have had cases against us over the years too, like in the same way we would have any other kind of content that we publish. We have published it on our site, we have approved and published it, we're responsible for it, which is why the moderation process is so critical. But you know, that's not to say things don't slip through that shouldn't slip through. There's only humans involved there, but yeah, it's I think the really grey area, and it's sort of alarming to see there has been overseas some moves to sue publishers for comments that people have made on Facebook.
Yeah, that's what the case was.
Yeah, but a Facebook post which is not on a platform they control, and Facebook doesn't really offer very good moderation tools for publishers or for others. So yeah, it's one thing if it's on your own site, it's another thing if it's on a social platform. Yeah,
that's very true about comment moderation. You have to either pretty much delete everything or sit on your posts and moderate one by one.